Very good morning and welcome to this Thursday session of Yoga Online. Sit comfortably, feel the thighs, hips, feet, shins all anchoring you down. Lift the side of the trunk, roll the shoulders back, lift the crown of the head and sit tall. Take the arms out to the side to open the chest. Turn the palms to face up. Lengthen the wrists away from each other. Breathing in, raise up your arms, a full extension of the arms, the sides of the trunk. Join your palms together, join your fingers together, and slowly release your thumbs. Move also sternum and the other four fingers away. Close your eyes and maintain your posture. On the breath, observe your inhalations and the exhalations. Begin by chanting Om 3 times. Take a slow, deep breath in. Om. Slowly release your hands. Open your eyes. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the sides of the trunk. Place your fingertips on the floor behind you and stretch out your leg for Upavista Konasana. Keep the legs wide. Yesterday, we focused on hip opening, hip therapy. We're going to continue with a similar series of postures, focusing on the opening of the hip. Press your thighs down, lift the navel, lift the sternum. Rest on your palms, lift the chest and release your gaze forward, release the trunk forward. Keep the arms extended as you breathe in and raise up the arms. Extend your feet away. Lift the trunk. Stretch the fingers and stretch the palms. Slowly release your hands and join your feet together. From here, take out your left leg. Bend the knee and place the foot against the right thigh. Place your fingers from the floor and lift the trunk. As you lift the trunk, press both the thighs down, both the knees down, and lift the trunk. Lift the crown of the head. Keep pressing the thighs down. Feel both thighs pressing down. Move the left thigh away from you, move the left knee away from you, and lift up the arms. Press your thighs down to lift the trunk, lift the navel, stretch the palms and stretch the fingers. Slowly release and change legs. Extend the left leg. Fold the right leg in with the foot against the left thigh. Roll the shoulders back, open the chest. Breathe in and raise up the arms. A full extension of the trunk as you lift the fingers, lift the wrist, your thighs down as you lift the trunk. The thighs move down and the trunk lifts. Breathe out, release your hands. Stretch out your legs once again. Take your feet slightly wider than the hips. Pull your feet out and draw them in. Feel the thighs moving as well. Toes in, toes out. And feel the action in the hip area as well as you roll the feet. Stretch your feet forward. Draw your toes back. Join the feet together. Stretch your feet forward, feet back, feet forward, feet back. Now join the soles of the feet from a distance. Keep them far away, as if you're doing a very long Baddha Konasana. The feet are away. Press your thighs down and lift the trunk. As the thighs move down, the trunk lifts. Extend your feet again. And now draw the feet a little closer to the hip. Soles of the feet are touching. And work your knees down. Work the thighs down. You can hold on to your ankles if it's comfortable for you, but lift the trunk. Feel the openness in the pelvic area and the area of the hip as you lift the trunk and descend the knees. With this action, maintain the openness of the hips, but slide onto your right hand side and allow the left thigh and the left knee to lift. Keep this down. Keep the right knee down and flex the left. But feel the action starting from the hip as you push down. Don't place your palm on your knee, rather on the thigh. And feel that extension, feel that openness of the hip. And roll over to the other side. So you're rolling over onto the left knee is on the floor, the left thigh is on the floor. And now flex the right. You can use your hands to press down the left thigh and the right thigh as you feel the extension from the area of the hips. Slowly come up. Now, to feel a quietness in the area of the groins and the hips, you need to extend from the inner groin, from this area here, to the inner knee. The inside of the thigh lengthens. So as you draw the knees down, can you lengthen and make this line longer from the groin to the inner knee? So feel the line becoming longer as you move the thighs down, move the knees down, release tension in the hip and lift the trunk. You'll find that there's an openness in the area of the hip. Up here, maintain the position of the thighs and raise up the full extension. At the same time, slowly release your hands behind you, roll the shoulders back, draw the knees down, draw the thighs. And release. With certain sitting postures, for example, Padmasana and Swastikasana, you'll find that it's not the knee or the ankle, rather the hip that holds you back. Draw in the left leg and place it over the right thigh. Once again, flex the knee down, open the hips. So the hip work helps us with our sitting postures as well. We're healing towards the foot of the thigh or the root of the thigh and flex the knee. Release and change legs. Place the right foot over the left thigh and flex. You'll find that one side may be tighter than the other. That's normal. And now draw the heel in towards the foot of the thigh. Keep the trunk erect. Keep the left leg straight. Straighten out the legs again. Heels away from you, toes towards you, shake out the legs. And fold the legs in once again for Baddha Konasana. Join the soles of the feet. Feel now that you have more range. Draw the knees down, draw the thighs down, and lift the trunk. As you draw the knees down. Can you open the feet so that the outer edges of the feet touch? And move the knees down, move the thighs down, and lift the trunk at the same. Behind you and straighten your legs. Straighten your legs. Now, turn the legs out for Upavista Konasana once again. And fold your left leg in so the left foot is touching the right thigh. Interlace your fingers in front of you, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathe in. Press your thighs down, both the thighs down. The knee of the bent leg moves away from you. Lift the trunk, lift the armpit, stretch the arms. Both sitting bones are anchored on the floor. Both the thighs are pressing down as you lift. Breathe out and release and change legs. Left leg extended, right foot touching the left thigh. This thigh moves away from you. There's a length from the inner groin to the inner knee. This thigh is extended. Roll the shoulders back. Change the interlock of your fingers. Rotate at the wrist. Breathe in and raise up the arms. Lift the armpits. Lift the crown of the head. Stretch the arms. As you press the thighs down, can you lift the trunk? Back. Take your legs out once again for Upavista Konasana. And fold the legs in for butterfly. Thighs down. And feel the extension from the inner groin to the inner knee as you lift the trunk. Take the legs once again. Fold your legs in. Come to stand. Stand with your feet as wide as possible. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the. Press on all four corners of the feet. Push your thighs back to lock the legs. When you push the thighs back to lock the legs, you secure the hips. Take the arms out to the side. Spread your wrists away from each other. And can you feel now that the inner thigh is moving to the outer thigh? So move the inner thigh to the outer thigh and feel that freedom and openness in the pelvic area. Once again, move the inner thigh to the outer thigh. Press your feet down and lift the hips. Lift the armpit. As you extend your arms away from each other, extend your wrists away from each other, and feel the inner thigh moving to the outer thigh. Turn your right leg out, left leg in. Keep the trunk facing forward. And lift the trunk. Keep your hands on your hips. Turn the back foot in. So your trunk's facing forward, but your feet are turned to the right. Breathing in, lift the sides of the trunk. And as you breathe out, bend the front knee and descend the hip. Now feel this back thigh pushing back. Feel the front thigh moving down. Straighten your legs and change sides. Left leg out, right foot turned in. The hip and trunk faces forward. Breathing in, lift the sides of the trunk. And as you breathe out, bend the front knee and descend the hip. Descend the hip. The front thigh moves down and the back thigh moves back. At the same time, there's an outward rotation of the thighs as you descend the hip. Straighten your left leg. Turn your feet in one more time over to the right. Right leg out, left leg in. The left foot is at 45 degrees. The right leg is at 90 degrees out to the side. You'll find that the hip wants to follow. Turn the hip to face forward. Roll the shoulders back, open the chest. Move that lower shoulder blade into the body. Use the breath now. Press your feet down. Engage your legs. Breathing in, lift the side of the trunk, open the chest. As you breathe out, descend the hips by bending the right knee. Breathing in, lift the trunk. Breathe out, descend the hips a little more. Now extend the left arm out, extend the right arm out. Keep the arms spread, keep the chest open. and descends the hips. Breathe in to come up. Release your hands onto your hips and change sides. So this is Warrior 2, Virabhrasana 2, which is also a hip open. Roll the shoulders back. And as you breathe out, descend the left knee, then the hips. Turn the trunk to face forward. Roll your thighs away. This thigh rolls back, this thigh moves down. Extend your right arm to keep the spine straight, then the left arm, and descend the hips. To the hip, and one more time over to the right. Right foot out to 90 degrees, left foot in at 45 degrees. Press your feet firmly on the mat, turn the trunk to face forward. Roll the shoulders back, lift the trunk, extend the arms. Try to keep the spine straight. Don't lean forward. Breathing in, lift the sides of the trunk. And as you breathe out, bend the front knee just as much as you can and descend the hips. You'll find that instinctively you want to lean forward, pull on the back hand to keep the trunk erect, and descend the hips. The back leg is straight. Press on the outer edge of the back foot, move the back thigh back, and descend the hip. Look past the middle finger of the front hand, pull on the back hand. The back hand and the back leg moves away from you. And come up. Release your hands and change sides. So we're not going all the way down into the pose, we're rather focusing on the expansion laterally in Virabhrasana 2, opening the hip. Turn your left foot out completely to 90 degrees. Turn your right leg in. Turn the hip and trunk to face forward. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the side of the trunk. And as you breathe out, extend the arms. Breathing in, lift the side of the trunk. Maintain the extension from the hip to the armpit. Maintain the extension from the shoulders to the wrist. Breathing in, lift the side of the trunk. And as you breathe out, descend the front knee once again. The back arm and the back leg pull away from you. The front thigh descends and descend the hips. Feel the action in the thighs moving down to secure the hips. And look past the middle finger of the front hand. Keep descending the hips. Going down and look. Breathe in to come up. Release your hands, roll the shoulders back, turn your feet to face forward. Draw the elbows towards each other, breathe in and look up. Lift the navel, lift the sternum. The lower shoulder blade moves into the body, lifts the crown of the head. Although you're standing with the feet wide apart, feel the extension and lift in the trunk. Feel the openness of the front body as well. Feel that by moving your thighs back, you have some security and firmness in the hips. And lift the navel, lift the sternum, the crown of the head. Your gaze forward. Keep your legs apart. Feel the thighs move away from each other. And release your fingertips towards the floor. With your fingertips released to the floor, can you take your legs as wide as you possibly can, maybe in line with the edges of your mat? And feel the thighs moving away from each other. Support yourself with your palms. Feel your thighs moving away from each other. And feel the openness in the hips. Release them. Thighs back to lock the legs. Press your feet down, push your thighs back, and lengthen the sternum away from the hips. Slowly, toe heel, walk your legs towards each other, and keep your feet hip width apart. Breathing in, raise up the arms, bend at the elbows, lift the trunk. And as you breathe out, with a slight bend in the knee, release the trunk forward. Trunk elongate. And from here, release onto your knees. Come to stand on your knees. Shoulders back. And step your right leg. Turn the thumb to face forward. The right foot is out to the side. This thigh rolls out. This is half gate pose, Ardha Parigas. Okay, straighten your leg. But feel this thigh roll away and release your foot on. Change legs. Step the left foot out. The heel is in line with the knee. Move the hip and trunk to face forward. Lift the trunk. And straighten the leg. Move your foot onto the floor. Keep the sides of the trunk lifted. Keep the crown of the head. Step your leg back. And come to sit. Sit on your heels. Take your knees wide apart. Feel the openness of the hips. Lift the trunk. Place your palms behind you. Cup your fingers. And lift the trunk. Feeling the openness of the hips. Walk your hands forward. Move the buttock back. Move the navel down. Stretch the armpit and release the forehead. Slowly walk your hands back. And come to sit in Baddha Konasana. Join the soles of the feet. Allow the thighs to descend. Allow the knees to descend. Place your fingertips on the floor and lift the trunk. Press your feet together. Draw the knees down. Draw the thighs down. Slowly recline onto your elbows. And then rest completely supine. The soles of the feet are touching. Now allow gravity to just descend the knees and descend the thighs, opening the hips. You can use your palms, place of the thighs to gently draw the thighs down and draw the knees down. Take your arms out to the side, turn the palms to face up. Release the trunk completely. Release thighs and release the knees. The soles of the feet are still joined together. Become soft and melt onto the floor. Focus on just the exhalation. Feel the spine release to the floor. Feel the back body release to the floor. Feel the front body release to the floor. Slowly raise up your knees. Join the feet together. With both hands, draw both your knees in towards the armpits. Feel the lumbar spine release. Spine is completely released. Release the navel to the floor, release the abdomen to the floor. Your feet onto the mat. Adjust yourself so that you're on your mat completely and stretch out your legs for Shavasana. Take your heels as wide as the mat. Turn your palms to face up. Roll the away from you and release completely onto the mat. Feel the openness of the hips. a softness in the pelvic area. Release the thighs, release the hip, release the navel, all to the floor. Place both hands on the abdomen. Raise up your knees one by one, keeping your feet flat on the floor. Raise up the right arm all the way past the right hip. Roll over onto your right hand side. And press to come to sit. As you sit, try to notice if there's a difference with regards to mobility of the hip, with regards to a softness in the area of the groin. Sit comfortably, move your thighs down, move your knees down, lift the side of the trunk, roll the shoulders back, crown of the head. Sit tall, the hips are settled, the groins are settled. Slowly join the palms of the hand together. Today, August the 15th, is the 78th Independence Day of India. As we celebrate this day, take a slow, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, release your chin to the chest. Slowly raise up the head. Release your hands and open your eyes. Have a wonderful day and thank you for joining us.